Hello, welcome to today's video. Today we'll be talking about working with the chronic illness and my personal experience with it. I have personally been struggling with fibromyalgia for the past 4 years, and I was recently diagnosed about a year ago, and it's been quite the roller coaster, and I hope you can find some insights from my personal story. So fibromyalgia, what is it? So pretty much fibromyalgia is pretty much this catch-all category, and no one really knows what causes it. I guess it gets lumped in with chronic fatigue syndrome and a myriad of other diseases, and it's chronic. There is no cure, sadly. They can prescribe some antidepressants that can possibly help with the side effects. From my personal experience, it doesn't really help you. It just kind of makes you feel numb, and it messes with your emotional well-being. Once again, this is a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a professional in medicine, so please take this with a grain of salt. So what does fibromyalgia feel like? Wow. Imagine just always being in pain. So the best way I can put it is when you have the flu and you have really bad body aches, imagine that 24/7. It just feels like you have these ankle weights attached to you, or just weights in general attached to every limb, and you're just always in pain. Some days are better than others, but overall, you're just kind of miserable. I always rank it from a scale of 1 to 10. Some days you can get as high as an 8 or a 10, so you're bedridden all day. But some days it's more manageable at like a 4 or 6, but it's always in your back of your mind. My question I always ask myself is, what does life feel like without always being in pain, right? Like, I can't really remember what it felt like to just be healthy, to just have a normal day of life where you can just go out in your day, work your 9 to 5, and then go out with friends. And the craziest thing is I'm only 23, right? I'm still fairly young, but I really can't remember a day where I was just healthy, and I really miss it because it does negatively impact your life. So the topic of the video is, how do you actually work with fibromyalgia? Man, I think it's really tough to find a job that can accommodate your chronic illness. You can't really do something that's very active, or if you're on your feet all day. Some days just sitting at a desk is very painful, and you can barely even do that because you just want to be in bed. Most of the days you're bedridden, right? And it's very hard for me to communicate this to people who are around my own age, because you look at me and I look very healthy. I do eat very well and I try to exercise when I can, but it's very hard to tell them, like, I'm just sick all the time, or I have to cancel some plans that I really want to go due to my condition. There'll be many times where I just feel like I'm always canceling plans with friends because it's just like, I just don't feel good. Like, I'm just in pain a lot of the times. And me going down, driving, and seeing you, it's actually very tough to do everyday things. Like, some days just getting out of my bed to go cook some food, it's excruciating. There's no other way to put it. It's like if you have the flu 24/7 and you just can't get rid of it. I mean, you can take some pain relieving medicines, like over-the-counter medicines, but it doesn't really ever help. It's just something that I've concluded that I have to deal with. Working with fibromyalgia is absolutely difficult. You do use a lot of sick days, or you have to just be honest with your manager and bosses to let them know of your condition so they can accommodate the best you can. I haven't really found something, unless you're born very wealthy and your parents are taking care of you. There isn't really a solution to this. You just kind of have to toughen it out and find something that works with your pain level. And obviously there are levels to fibromyalgia. Some people literally cannot get out of bed every single day. I'm fortunate enough where some days I feel quote unquote normal, so I can go about my daily life, but most of the time I hate to say it, like a Friday night, I'm just laying in bed watching a movie, and it really sucks, right? Because I really do want to go out with my friends, get some drinks, and enjoy life, but my body just can't handle it. My mental age is 23, but my body is of a 50-year-old. And that's the best way I can put it, is after a long day of work, my body is so burnt out, I just need to lay in bed and zone out. But deep down, I do want to go out. I want to enjoy my youth. I want to see friends. I want to interact with people of my own age, but it's just so arduous and depressing at times. But it's the life that I was given, and I have to make the most of it because there are blessings I'm very fortunate to have. Wow, this is very personal. It's something that I haven't really articulated in a very long time. And I guess it impacts your life in strange ways. Now I'm thinking about it, most of my friends aren't my own age. They're significantly older because I feel like fibromyalgia has made me grow up a lot faster and made me find hobbies that are seen as boring or something that adults do, because my body can't handle the immense activities like going clubbing, going to concerts, or whatever. I feel like just going to the golf course, or I don't know, just going on long walks in nature. I definitely feel like an elderly person sometimes, and I guess I'm still dealing with the idea of like, am I wasting away my youth? Because I'm so young and there's so many things I want to do that I could have done. I don't know, like traveling and everything, but when you're just sick all the time, just like going on an airplane, and then you get to your destination, you just end up being sick in a hotel room, and it sucks so bad. And if you're dealing with a chronic illness and you're young, or if you have fibromyalgia, I'm there with you. I have so much empathy. It fucking sucks, right? And you make the best of what you can, because we do. This is just the life that you were given. I try to remember that it's happening for a reason, reasons beyond my own comprehension. And maybe that's the only thing that keeps me going, right? I guess one deeper lying thing is when I do feel healthy on a good day, I'm so grateful for that day. I kind of forget that I'm sick and I can enjoy being out and just being a 23-year-old again. And then obviously in the back of my mind, I'm like, wow, I hope I get more of these days and I hope it doesn't get worse. And yeah. So I hope this video was useful in that sense, but fibromyalgia or chronic illnesses absolutely suck. I wish things would get better, and I hope they do. And I hope you found some insights from my story. Namaste.